Hello, this is Angelo.
Hello, I'm Alexandra.
And we are here with a review of day 1 and priming for day 2 of Own Your Future Challenge. Wasn't day 1 amazing?
It was amazing. I was taking so many notes
You
and
think
having so much fun.
your brain might trick you because we did a lot of brain work yesterday.
Yes,
and
indeed.
your brain might trick you, like I've been there last year, maybe the year before or something.
Yes.
Or I've been to a similar event. How great can it be? How powerful can it be?
Mhm.
And as we like to say, it's always a new version of you that is attending these events. It was the 2023 Angelo and Alexandra that was watching yesterday, and it was the 2023 Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi and Jim Quick that were presenting.
Exactly.
So, before we begin, I want to share a story. I promised Alexandra that I will share this
You
story.
promised, yes.
So when I was like 5, 6, 7 years old, we would always go to my grandma's village, and she had a small house there, and this is where we would usually spend Easter, right? And there is like a straight line, which is about 5 kilometers or 3 miles, that connects this village to my grandfather's village. So how did they meet? My grandfather was walking every single day to go to school. His village was much smaller. It didn't have a school. So he was walking every single day for 3 miles to go to school and 3 miles to get back. 6 miles in total every single day just to get some kind of education.
Yes.
And my question to you is, how much did you walk yesterday to get educated from Tony, Dean, and Jim Quick? I mean, where are you watching from? Just leave a comment. Where are you watching from? Because you know what? We are a big family now, and we are all like students in our little class. But this little class is planet Earth.
Exactly. Isn't it amazing how technology connects
Yeah.
us all and how easy it is nowadays to have this kind of meetings? This is what Tony and Dean will be talking
Exactly.
about throughout Own Your Future Challenge.
And this event basically is for us to learn even better how to leverage our mindset, our skill set, and our tool set to attune ourselves with 2023 and on technologies so that we can make the most. Because so many of us have been, for me, it's for sure in the past, I have been struggling so much. I have been like working on overdrive so much without result, because I had this like belief that everything should be hard. Anyway,
We will come back to that
way
later,
more about
right?
that later on. Why? Let us remind ourselves, all of us, we need to remind ourselves why we are here. Today, we are here for 3 reasons. Number 1, because we know how distracting life can be on planet Earth on 2023. And we know that you get like thousands of notifications and distractions every single day, or as I like to call it, reasons not to achieve your goal. Reasons not to see your super self in the mirror. Reasons not to see your super life before your very eyes. And we are here, number 1, to remind you of the one most important notification of all. You have one life. That's it.
One precious
That's
life.
So we better act upon that. We better trim our thoughts and actions so that we can get what we want from life. So, number 2, we will do a brief review and you will see like our insights, our perspective from yesterday's powerful day 1 of Own Your Future Challenge. And number 3, we remind ourselves how important warm-up is for all peak performers. If you want
priming, right?
Exactly. If you want to prepare to achieve more, you want to prepare better. Okay? So we will be priming ourselves, as we always like to do in such challenges, for success. We will be mentally and emotionally ready for Dean. Who else is today?
Today we also have Jay Sethi and Cody Sanchez. And
Amazing.
regarding priming, Angela, I wanted to add, Even Tony Robbins yesterday mentioned how priming is one of the most important part of his days. It's one of the reasons he is so successful
Exactly.
up until this day.
Oh.
So there's a certain morning routine he was referring to, right?
Yes. I think for me, the game changer yesterday from the whole event was like, at some point you think, like Tony Robbins, I mean, he has achieved so much,
Right.
and now he can settle, right?
It's the other way around, actually,
exactly.
right? He does
And
even more and more.
you feel that people like Tony and Dean, they are outperforming you, not because they have done something great in the past and now they are just, like gliding, but because they are making sure they are always there at their best. And this is what I love from these events. It always reminds me that there is another level,
Exactly.
and another level, and another level.
Exactly.
This is so exciting. This is so amazing to see people performing at a higher level. Anyway, so talking about reviews. We want to reveal something. We have decided with Alexandra, you know what? These priming sessions, they serve a purpose, to do a brief review and, like install to our mind, like the core of each day, each previous day, and also prime you and warm you up for the next day. But we thought, you know what? Your attention is limited to what will be happening today. What about having like an overview of the whole challenge and have all your questions answered as well, and also sharing some, of our best mindset and marketing secrets as well. So this Sunday, we will be doing like an overview of the whole Own Your Future challenge. And of course, make sure we will be sending you an email for that. So make sure you have like your attention there and make sure you participate. And if you have some questions that have not yet been answered, like hit a reply on any of our emails or send us a message, and we will do our very best to answer all your questions on Sunday.
Exactly.
So,
but for today, we will start with
I started thinking about what are we going to talk about today. What was like the best insights from day one of Own Your Future challenge? And of course, Alexandra was typing like crazy yesterday as I was keeping my notes. And you know what? It's hard. When Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, and Jim Quick are presenting, how can you pick one? But I've managed to do the impossible. I've condensed the whole day one of Own Your Future challenge in one sentence. Yes, I managed to do the impossible. And for me, that sentence was, your mind is so powerful that can make or break your dreams.
This is so true. Absolutely.
I got goosebumps right now.
It is true.
I talked to many people and I coached many people in the past who said, you know what, I read The Secret or I watched The Secret and nothing is happening for me and so on. And the law of attraction. The biggest mistake, people who have consumed in any way The Secret or any other book or video or movie to that extent, is that they think it is something positive. It is not. It is something powerful, like your mind is. If you use it destructively, it will destroy your dreams and your life and your future. If you use it constructively, you will start to seeing better versions of you and better results, because this is how powerful our mind is. So when we have this negative self-talk, when we are fulfilled, our whole life, if we don't pay attention, would be filled with self-doubt. This is how it is. Our mind will create the drama.
Yes, and Tony Robbins covered that yesterday as well. We have a tendency for that, so you need to work on it. And Jim Quick as well.
What is the problem there? Your mind, so let me give you that sentence again in full now. Your mind is so powerful that it can make or break your dreams depending on what? Drum roll.
Drum roll.
Depending on where you focus on.
Exactly.
This is why I gave you the secret example. Depending on where you focus on right now. So just say to yourself, that my mind is steadfastly focused on my destination, what I want to achieve, and my heart is fully fueled for me to get there. This is what you want right now. Your mind focused, your mind looking in one direction, not left or right or in the past, in one direction, and your heart to be full with enthusiasm, with belief in yourself, with readiness, with courage,
with commitment.
with
to your
commitment.
dreams.
This is how you will make your dreams a reality. And because we know that focus is one of the biggest challenges today, we know that your attention right now, I mean, you're struggling, maybe you're struggling to keep, your eyes on screen. Maybe you have a blink or a noise to your left or to your right now, begging for your attention as I speak, as Alexandra speaks. And you know what? As a good captain of your soul and as a master of your destiny, you want to say, I'm focused now.
Yes.
I am creating my super self now, because this is how I will live my super life. It won't happen by accident. It won't happen by chance. And if it does happen by chance, on some level, you know what? It will go away, because I think it was Tony Robbins who said that example yesterday. It won't stick because you're not ready for it. So, how do we prepare?
So, because we like some fun and games, right?
Yeah. Let's have a very fun exercise.
Let's have a fun exercise.
And
that we have
we
prepared
cannot
for
see you, but hopefully you will play 100%. And let's see how it goes. So, to brief you about this exercise, you will remain silent. It's going to be one of the hardest things you've done today, right? You have to remain silent for 30 seconds and focus where?
Focus here.
Focus on that red dot.
I will be holding this board.
So, starting
right here.
Right. Starting now. That's it. 30 seconds.
I was looking at the red dot on our camera.
What was
you.
happening in your mind during these 30 seconds? First of all, I'm almost certain some people have left. I mean,
okay, can I say what passed through my mind?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, like, oh my God, this is the longest 30 seconds ever.
Yeah. And we are live, we should be talking.
Isn't it weird that people will look at the video and we are not even moving or speaking?
Yeah.
Or, you hear some noise in the background,
these
you want to turn
crazy
your head.
Greeks, they did it again.
Exactly.
Okay. So, the moment I checked the timer, the moment I checked the timer to make sure it's not over 30 seconds, it was 15 seconds. This is how long it felt for me. I cannot imagine how long it felt for you and how challenging it was for you to still stay. We're so grateful that you're still here because we have so much more to share with you. But we had to go through this challenge. And you know what? The people who have left, I don't mind. Okay? I understand that what we say is not for everyone. How we say it is definitely not for everyone. All right? But they didn't say no to us. The people who have left because they had to wait for 30 seconds, they said no to focus. And by saying no to focus, they said yes to distractions. And by saying yes to distractions, they said no to their dream life.
Exactly.
Because their dream life cannot happen without focus.
It cannot happen with multitasking.
There's no way.
And it cannot happen if you don't put your attention solely on that.
Exactly.
And also, this is what the speakers from Own Your Future Challenge ask from all of us, right? Participate, go all in, create a distraction-free zone, put your cell phone away for a couple of hours. it will manage. The world will continue to go on, even if we don't look at our cell phone for 2 hours and watch day 2 of On Your Future Challenge.
Exactly. So let us remind ourselves again, once more, because it is so valuable to us, this reminder, yesterday, okay, we learned some things. It's not enough. We need to make sure these things are part of what? They are part of our operating system.
Yes.
We act from them. Then we know we're on good track, right?
Right.
So if you say, oh yeah, I've heard Tony say that before. Oh yeah, Dean said that last year as well. Yes, are you practicing it? Are you acting from that state? Or it's just something that you happen to know? So once again, my mind is steadfastly focused on my destination, my end goal, what I want to achieve. My mind is steadfastly focused on my destination, and my heart is fully fueled to get me there. This is the ideal attitude you want to have every single second of every single day. This is how you will get happily, fast, and easy to your destination.
Your future self will thank you. Believe
Exactly.
us.
Exactly. By the way,
Yes.
what we call our super self, what we call our ideal version of ourselves, not only is saying, like cheering every time we say that, but also we are being guided, but we cannot understand like the messages that we receive because we are so distracted.
Exactly.
This is why focus is so vital. So shall we go through
I suggest
like
we
the
go
best
to
of day one?
The best of day one. We have
Okay.
picked one major highlight from the 3 speakers, so one per speaker. And we will start with Dean Graziosi. And one of the things that we loved that he said was that many of us and many of you and many of all of us feel at certain points in our lives that we are working and working and working and nothing is moving and nothing is really happening and we're sort of staying the same. And he said many times, he made this parallel story. He said it's like you're rowing in a boat, you're rowing, and actually you're staying in the same place. Can you resonate? And then Dean said, maybe, just maybe, you should change boats. Don't go against the current. Change boats.
Exactly.
And what he meant was the following. And it also has to do with your with the story, right? We said at the beginning. With
my grandfather's story is about that. I mean, you don't have to walk 6 miles every single day in 2023 to attend a class. What happened last night for us? I said last night because it was night for us. But what happened yesterday was like hundreds of thousands of people from all around the world were watching the same class without effort, effortlessly.
Everybody.
This is how effortless success can be for you if you upgrade your mindset, your skill set, and your tool set and update it to 2023 levels.
Yes, listen, if some things in your life are not working and you're not getting the results you want, what Dean was saying to us is the following. Don't protect the old models that are not working for you anymore in your business and in your life. Things are changing rapidly. There is so much amazing technology that can help us. And there are so many tools and people who have already succeeded what we want to succeed. And we can follow them and listen to them and learn from them and reach our destination and our dream life much faster. It does not have to be that hard.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Keeper number 2 from Jim Quick. He said, first, you create your habits and then your habits create you.
Very powerful. Very powerful.
There is a similar quote that I very much love from FM Alexander. We don't create our future. We don't choose our future. We choose our habits, and our habits choose our future. So for me, this is a very powerful thing because you know what? Every time we upgrade our habits, our results follow. And why is that? Because no matter how much effort you put today, 95% of your thoughts and actions will be driven by your subconscious. So right now, I am consciously, deliberately choosing my thoughts, right? Or I think I do.
Mhm.
But at some point, I will get so tired, my consciousness will get so tired that I will start to default back to what I'm doing automatically.
Exactly.
And then it is when you want to have good habits, because your habits are ruling your day most of the time without you knowing.
Autopilot.
This
Yes.
is why we call it subconscious, right? It happens under the level of consciousness. And this is why you want to start upgrading your habits accordingly. Not any habits. Ask yourself, which habits will take me where I want to go? You don't borrow Tony Robbins' habits or Dean Graziosi's habits.
Mhm. You create
They
your
have
own
their own
habits.
life, their own
Yes.
businesses.
Their own goals.
You have your own life and your own business to sort out, to upgrade. So ask yourself, which is the next best move? Which is the habit that if I install it right now in my operating system will make a big difference? And you don't want to put like 10 habits at the same time.
Yes.
I try to do that actually.
It will not work.
I remember someone
Simultaneously,
saying,
no.
one of the best things that I've done was to put one new habit every single month. And I said, what? It was back in 2009, I think, or something. And I was very eager to change fast and achieve more and so on. And what I was starting doing was like putting 2 new habits every week. Of course, I got so tired,
Yes.
so distracted,
It is
so
demanding.
overwhelmed that a few weeks later, I reverted back to the old
Yes.
habits.
Yes.
So what you want to be doing is, first of all, you don't need 1,000 habits. You need powerful habits. It's the impact you're after. It's the effectiveness, the value. This is what you're after. You want to make your life easier, not harder. If it becomes harder, you won't follow through.
Also, you want to evaluate what are the good habits that you want to keep in your life, right? The good habits that are taking you step by step to achieving your goals.
Exactly.
One example, I've been exercising and going to the gym. I love moving my body a lot since I was a teenager.
I know.
Okay.
I know what you're about to say.
Yes, exactly. So when COVID happened and we had to all stay in our homes, the gyms were closed. I could not exercise. Okay, we were walking a bit outside, but that was about it. And after a couple of weeks, I started feeling restless, like something is missing. I have too much energy. I have to do something. And then I realized I am not exercising as I always used to. And I really missed that. So I started installing a new habit of working out in my room with online classes that were popping up everywhere during COVID. So
That's right.
this was an example of a good habit that helped me get back into shape, right? So there are good habits and not so good habits. You can evaluate some of them. And like Angelo said, choose one every time until you feel comfortable with it and it becomes part of your operating system.
Exactly. So
let's go to Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins.
So Tony, of course, came like a storm. No pun intended, because there was a storm in Florida, and actually just before Tony went live on camera, a thunder hit his studio, and there was no electricity. But finally, everything was okay, and he managed to connect with us. Maybe it was because of the intense energy of Tony.
That's right.
So Tony said a powerful framework for changing our lives. And this framework has 3 steps. And the steps are, number 1, you have to change your state, right?
Right.
And we will go through some examples. Then you have to change your story, the story you tell yourself. And number 3, you change the strategy.
Okay. So for example, right now, what are we doing? We are upgrading our state, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see,
energy,
maybe you have noticed that we have elevated a bit our tone and maybe the intensity with which we speak with you from the beginning. I mean, we're already presenting for 24 minutes. And what we're doing is we're pacing ourselves. So yesterday, I saw Tony Robbins and he comes on stage. I think, I'm not sure, but I think last year he wasn't on the big stage. I think he was at his home.
He was home. I think
I'm not quite sure, but
yes.
I think. So yesterday he comes on stage and I say, you know what? Now he will come like a storm and he will be shouting up and down as he does in UPW. But many people might not have seen, like Tony before, and they might need some time to adjust. This is what we call in presentation pacing. Okay, so for example, imagine that Tony Robbins is driving towards where you want to go. And you definitely want to be on the same vehicle with Tony Robbins because you know he will get you there, right? But Tony Robbins is driving at like 150 miles an hour right now because he's Tony Robbins, right? So he's driving with 150 miles an hour and he says, oh, I can get you there, like you cannot jump in. He has to like decelerate and then let you hop in,
right,
and then
pacing.
Accelerate again.
Exactly.
This is the pacing.
Take him with you.
So
yes.
Yesterday it was like Tony Robbins, with his hands in his pockets, and I was wondering, is he going to not be Tony Robbins today or something? And then what he did was he started elevating his state and of course our state.
Yes.
And of course he's a master of it, and you wouldn't, like underperform or anything. It's just that for a moment, for a fraction of a second, I thought, okay, what is going on there? And it was the elevation of his state and our state that was going on.
Exactly.
Number two, what we want to have is a better story.
Exactly.
And yesterday we did a powerful example, about a powerful exercise. And if you still think you have some kind of negative self-talk, some kind of excuses on why you cannot have what you want to have in your life, I believe it is a good idea to go back and watch yesterday's priming session and do this shredder exercise again. So let me remind you briefly what you do is mentally or at your own time, even physically, you jot down as many reasons why you cannot have what you want, and then you shred it. It's over. Because you have to choose. What are you going to let go? You will leave. Today you will leave, right? But you will leave. There are two options always. Will you live with your excuses or will you live with your dreams? Who is going to rule your game? Who is going to rule your consciousness? What we like to say with Alexandra is, because when I started my own business, I said, you know what? I am done with being an employee after 6 years as an employee. Now I will make my own business so that I am the boss. How wrong was I? Because a few years later, after I struggled a lot, I realized that my vision is the boss.
Exactly.
What I have in my mind for you to help you as much as possible rules my day, because let me tell you, sometimes it's 1 a.m. like Greek time. I'm so tired and I still have not written my daily shot of inspiration for the next day. And my mind says, you know what? You've been doing it since January 1st, 2015. It's okay to skip a day. You will wake up in the morning and you will write it, like delay it a few hours. I cannot. You are the reason that I get back my focus and my energy. And I'm very grateful for that. And I want that for you as well. And this is something that you will learn today. This is why you want to have like 200% of your attention on what Dean and the other speakers will be saying today.
At Own Your Future Challenge Day 2 we will have today.
Which is about half an hour away. So we better upgrade again
our energy.
And elevate even more our energy, like a few more minutes, because we will be doing the things that we love most, right? The happy landing exercise and the affirmation countdown.
So stick around for a few more minutes.
Let's do the happy landing exercise. If it is your first time, we just want you to feel what is going on in your mind and your heart. If you've done this more than once with us, what we want you to feel is the difference with the last time. How much more familiar the image and the feeling of you having already achieved what you want is. So,
ready?
Let's take our vision, our super self and our super life, place it on our palm, and then put our palm on our heart, because this is how important our vision is. I will be guiding you, and Alexandra will be following through with you with this happy landing exercise. So let's take a slow, deep breath to relax ourselves. And maybe you've had a rough day, so let's just take another one. You've got a few more seconds. And now I want you to close your eyes and start teleporting yourself to the place and the time where you have achieved all your goals. What you see in front of you is your super life. It is done. You have done it. How do you feel now? And now I want you to intensify that feeling by 10. Now. Hold that feeling. Identify that feeling. Open your eyes. This feeling, the more accessible it becomes, the more it will magnetize your thoughts and your actions. This is the image you want to hold in your mind, and this is the feeling that you want to hold in your heart. And the more you practice the happy landing exercise, and as we always remind you, the best times to do so are when you wake up in the morning and as you drift off to sleep, because your subconscious is more accessible there. This will be a very powerful exercise to keep you focused, because let us remind you once again, the better you focus, the faster, easier, and happier you will arrive at your destination. And this is our mission, to help you be happy and unstoppable now, so that you can get as fast as possible and as easy as possible to your destination.
Exactly.
Last but not least, let's raise our energy even more to be fully ready for Dean Graziosi welcoming us for day 2 of Own Your Future Challenge, our favorite affirmation countdown.
So let's go.
3, 2, 1. 9. The impact, income, and lifestyle that I want are mine. 8. I am the master of my fate. 7. I am ready to build my new heaven. 6. I am stronger than my mind's tricks. 5. I am fully ready to thrive. 4. I will now open a new door. 3. I commit to be financially free. 2. I not only have money, but time too. 1. Me and my super self are one. So now you are ready. Now you are ready for Dean Graziosi and Own Your Future Challenge Day 2. This is how important warm-up is. And let me ask you this. Do you feel just a bit better? Just leave a comment for us. Do you feel just a bit better than what you did like 30 minutes ago when we got started? Because this is how easy it is. This is how accessible it is. Ask yourself, what if I felt this way all day long? What if I felt this way and even better the whole year round?
Exactly.
And what if I kept upgrading my mindset, skill set, and tool set with amazing challenges and amazing insights from amazing people like Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, and all the other amazing speakers? So let us leave you some time to prepare, and you can click on the link that you will find on the chat or the description to go to Own Your Future Challenge Day 2. We are so grateful for your attention and participation once again, and we will see you tomorrow for the review of Day 2 and the priming for Day 3 of Own Your Future Challenge. We wish you a great day. Enjoy it and make the most of it. What? Focus on it. 100% there, and you will make the most of Day 2. See you tomorrow.
Be there. See you tomorrow.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.